Hello and welcome to GT4NZ. I am MonkeyMatt, of course, and I'm going to be bringing you all of tonight's action, and there's set to be plenty of action coming up tonight. It's week number 4 in GT4NZ, and we have 14 drivers here in the lobby lining up, ready to go. It's maximum capacity for the final week of the regular season. Everyone wants to try and earn their spot into the grand finals. That's going to be taking place next week. But tonight it's all about getting that position. We've got 4 drivers who are already qualified. Pure Axel, W True, Psydog, and I believe Sabo got their automatic qualification spots already, but they're still fighting to be top in the regular season. There's a prize for top in the regular season. Currently, Pure Axel's leading the way. W True still has a chance to catch him, but both those drivers are here tonight to try and prove themselves. And there's a few stories going on. There's definitely a few stories. Hopefully, we're going to be checking all out, because first up, we have Red Bull Ring, and it is going to be, how many laps is it going to be? I prepared this earlier. Oh, shoot. Nope. Did I prepare this earlier? Yes. 7 laps. Okay. 7 laps of the Red Bull Ring for the first race. We're not too far away from getting into that. We're going to have 5 minutes of qualifying. We've got some people in the chat already. They're excited about it. Nismanath's in the lobby. We love to see Hoon Corp on board. We're going to actually jump over to the game screen now. And I am going to click the starting now button. Am I? How do I click the starting now button? Do I have to exit? Okay. Expert. Right here. Starting qualifying. It's do or die here in these qualifying sessions. 5 minutes to get the job done. The pressure is on. This is, of course, qualifying for what we call the sprint race. Race number 1. Only 7 laps here of the Red Bull Ring. I'm going to hide my face because you don't need to see me. We're just here for the racing. And it is underway. Everyone pulling out of qualifying lane. Ah, Scooter 82 has joined 1 minute too late. Why are we seeing... There we go. Okay, thanks, Gran Turismo, for glitching. This is a really awesome camera angle. I did not know it existed. I'm hyped, though. Gran Turismo Sport, always looking good. Everyone's just getting out there, getting started. 7 lap sprint race, of course. Talk about it. 1 times tire wear, 1 times fuel consumption. I think this is actually glitched. I don't think we're supposed to be at this camera angle. But I'm enjoying it. I switch over. Here is our man leading the championship. It is Pure Axel. He's actually, I was going to talk about this man a little bit because he has won every single feature race. This, of course, the first race is the sprint race. 2 races tonight. Second race is going to be the feature race. That's where we have tire wear, fuel consumption, all the rest of those good motorsport things for these drivers to try and worry about. But he's never won a sprint race here this season. So it's really interesting that he's obviously got the pace, but maybe he's just better at that tire conservation. And that's what allows him. He's definitely fast at coming through on the reverse grid. That's really where he's capitalizing in those feature races. But he still hasn't won that sprint race. And I'm sure he's going to be trying to change that here tonight. Scooter 82, of course you can join into race number 2. No dramas there at all. And a little bit squiggly. There's quite a few people off the road having dramas here in the outlap of qualifying. They want to sort of settle themselves down. It's like I say, only 5 minutes here. We're already... we're already nearly 2 minutes in, so they're not going to have too much time. MG Shark really picking up a lot of penalties, so that is Pure Axel about to start his lap. We're going to have the first drivers now coming around to start their lap and get on a quick one. Nismanath up there in second. Sir Camsalot's good to see him back. He's driving the Aston Martin here tonight, and he's getting wild through turn 1. Somehow made it work actually quite nicely. It almost worked out like a nice line. But you don't want to be doing that when the tyre wear's on. Of course, it is qualifying, so there's no tyre wear, no fuel consumption. It's just flat out as fast as you can go. Try and get the best lap time. Put yourself up the pointy end of the grid. Love this livery as well, the GT4 and the Ping Zero on there, of course. GT4NZ, brought to you by Ping Zero and Monkey Motorsport Club. We have some prizes thanks to Ping Zero, which is awesome to see. And we'll be talking about those later in the night as well. If those drivers have missed the first race, you can still join in the second race. We'll make space for people who have signed up. So Jackery, that's you if you want to jump into it. No worries. And Dan OCE. We do have a couple of extras joined in tonight, but we can boot them if they haven't signed up properly. So Camslot not looking too bad. We'll have a look through the field now. Spot your favorite driver. Airborne, oh, this is another one I wanted to highlight because look at the livery. He's put it on the show here tonight. We had Vodafone last week. Airborne's gone all in, supporting the sponsors, supporting Ping Zero. I absolutely love to see it. Of course, Ping Zero putting up prize for first place in the final is going to be 12 months PlayStation Plus, so that is absolutely awesome. And then we've also got second place prize. We've got prizes for winner of the regular season and a prize for just the community awesomeness. You don't even have to be a driver to try and enter the community awesomeness prize. We love to see people contributing back to Monkey Motorsport Club. As the first times get set, W True, another one of our top drivers, would have set the fastest time, but had a penalty on that lap, and that is going to cost him big time because I think it's going to invalidate his next lap time as he cuts the first corner. Big time. This is one of our top drivers. We expect to see him at the front. He's actually earned his automatic qualification spot, and he'll be glad he did because this qualifying is not going his way here tonight, dropping it down the order. Pure Axel, meanwhile, he's out front, showing what you can do in that McLaren. Sets the fastest time, but only by a tiny margin there over Shark. So they're going to have to keep pushing here. They've got enough time to do this one last lap, the second lap here. They don't pick up penalties, as we see Aspect Anakin's picked up a penalty there, unfortunately. So that's going to cost him his lap. That's what I love, is such high stakes here when they only have that 5-minute time. AMG Shark actually running the Peugeot. He's not quite familiar with the rules, but we'll let him get away with it for one round. He's so close here to topping Pure Axel's time. Nismanath doing well up in third as well as Airborne. He was a little bit further down last week, but getting right amongst it. And that's what can happen sometimes when you do have these quick qualifying sessions. People make mistakes and the grid can get mixed up just a little bit. They're only going to have 7 laps to try and make up for it in the race. W True there knows his lap is screwed, so he's just getting out of the way. We're going to stay here with Shark because I want to see how... Actually, no, sorry, we're not. We're going to jump to Pure Axel. I want to see what Pure Axel can do. Airborne, no, ahead of him. Going to cross the line first. Final lap time is up now, so drivers are allowed to finish their final lap. And then that's all they can do. Nismanath crosses the line. He's up in third. Airborne just pips him. Now Pure Axel goes faster. AMG Shark, can he match that? Because that is an absolutely brilliant time there from Pure Axel into the 35s. 0.6 up. Can Shark try and get that? The times are coming in now. Crosses the line. Oh, he goes faster, but it's not going to be quite enough. So Pure Axel is going to take pole unless someone can come and steal it right at the end. But it's Pure Axel ahead of Shark, ahead of Airborne, who's done an absolutely brilliant job. I reckon it's that sponsored livery he's got on the car, giving him that extra speed here tonight. Zero Saiyan jumps up to 6th position is there on his final lap as well. So not too bad a job for him. He's jumped in the McLaren there tonight. And then we've got Hardstopper Liam. W True, big story here. He did not manage to set a representative time. He got that penalty on his lap, and that's cost him a lot here out on the grid. But we're about to get underway as qualifying has ended. There is confirmation on your screen that Pure Axel ahead of Shark, ahead of Airborne, and it's gonna all kick off here at the Red Bull Ring. Here we go then, 13 drivers have made it onto the grid. It's Pure Axel, Shark, Airborne, Nismanath. Those are your front 2 rows. We're about to go racing here at the Red Bull Ring for GT4NZ week number 4. It's the final round, the final chance to try and prove yourself. Surely we're going to get those lights on any second now as they sit waiting on the grid nervously, and it's lights out. The race is underway. Here we go then. Who's got the jump? Pure Axel's got a great jump to hold it in the lead, but it's too wide. Nismanath, he's going for second place. He tucks it up the inside of Pure Axel as well. There's a little bit of contact between the front runners who got away with it in the end. Pure Axel now. Nismanath is going to tuck to the inside, but he picks up a penalty for that contact. But he's got the lead there in his Nissan ahead of Pure Axel. Can you believe it? Second row of the grid. Audible Airborne has got a great jump as well, so it seems like those second row of the grid have just done a great job. Down the inside though goes Shark. Shark trying to make the move as he gets back up into third. Pushes Airborne out of the way. A little bit of contact, not really pushing him out of the way. A little bit of side-by-side running, and he is through and back up to third. And this fight between these top 3 is going to be all on now as they come into the right-hander. Of course, Nismanath with that penalty. Oh, Shark's going to launch it down the inside. Is he? No, he manages to pull out of it at the last second. Pure Axel hangs on to second place there. It's all on, and Zero saying get a little bit of squiggly in the background. I love how close this action is. Is Airborne going to be able to hold off Sir Camsalot in the background? Sir Camsalot down the inside is a tough place to do it. Airborne hangs on round the outside and holds on to 4th position. This is all on, and even in the background, all these positions being fought for so hard. Here we go, Anakin in exile, side by side. Anakin in the McLaren, in exile in the Hoon Corp livery Nissan. Oh, this is allowing the drivers behind them to catch up. So much battling up and down the field, and we absolutely love to see it. Meanwhile, MonkeyMatt has managed to hang on out in front of these top three, top four in fact, still so close together as we reach the end of lap number 1. And at some point, MonkeyMatt has got to be thinking about that penalty. Of course, we are in a lobby situation here, which means the penalties do just burn off sort of using the old system. It's not like when you're in sport mode. Oh, and then they go into turn 1 in sport mode. Of course, we have the penalty line, but not in the lobbies. Turn 1 gets very close, but it's nice, clean racing between this front group. It's hard racing as they get side by side, but Puraxle hangs on to second there. MonkeyMatt still hanging on to the lead. They're going to come down to the airport now. This is a great overtaking position, and that's exactly what Shark is thinking as he puts his car to the inside of Puraxle. Can he pull it up? Get it round the hairpin? He does manage to do so. Honourable airborne. It's so close. This battling is making everyone get right into it. It's all on. Puraxle loses out. Honourable airborne now. He might lose out to Sir Camps a lot as he comes back into this. The McLaren got pace, but he's got the outside. Zero Sand's there as well. What's going to happen here? Down into the corner. Oh, they're all a bit close. There might have been contact there. Puraxle's wide. Puraxle's wide. Honourable airborne's going to the inside. Might not pick up the position. No, he's dropped back. And Sir Campsalots didn't manage to make the move either, so Airborne hanging on. Oh, it's a little bit slidey. Zero Sands out very wide, and again, all this battling is allowing more and more cars to get in the battle. Look, there's 8th position. 1st to 8th is so close. In exile, down the inside. He gets ahead of Zero Sand. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, MonkeyMatt has actually managed to hang it out front. He's pulling away just a little bit. We saw that battle between Shark and Puraxle. That cost them just a little bit of time. It allowed MonkeyMatt to hold that lead as we reach the end of lap number 2. And how much action has there been on just 2 laps? 5 more laps to go. Honourable airborne as well. You've got to give this man credit. I believe he is quite new to Gran Turismo, played for a few weeks, and already up there battling with the top guys. Battling, in fact, with the leader of the championship. Puraxle is just ahead of him. So we head down through turn number 1 once again. Once again, they all managed to get fit through there. All right, we're going to head into the hairpin. Remember, this is the prime overtaking spot. Who's going to get the draft? Who's going to get the run? There's a huge battle here going on for 5th. There's about 4 cars in it, so there's this group splitting up a little bit. We've got that front group of 4, and then this battle here for 5th. Zero Sand going very deep on the brakes, gets the car very wide and sideways. W True's come through. We haven't seen much of him, but he's slowly managing to work his way through the field. He's got him up to 5th now and managed to escape that little bunch just a little bit. So he's going to try and catch up to that lead group in the battle. Still got all on in the... Puraxle got the inside. And in fact, we've missed it. But we've seen the overtake there for the lead. So Shark has got up into the lead. Can we get a replay? Down into... So it was down into the hairpin. So we missed that. Shark got the position ahead in this map. But he also picked up the penalty. And that is going to be costly. I think Puraxle... Did he manage to get past in the end? No, these two are still battling hard out, and Honourable Airborne's right there as well. Puraxle on the outside. Can he do it the long way round? Surely not the long way round, but it's going to be the inside for the next corner. Puraxle gets it done ahead of MonkeyMatt and moves up to 2nd place in this race. Oh my goodness. Lap number 3 about to come to a close. 2 more corners to go on this lap, and MonkeyMatt's still thinking there's 2 more opportunities. That's what he's thinking. So he pokes the nose down the inside of Puraxle, threatening at every chance. That penalty is wearing down, so just slowly wearing out through the race. He'll be hoping he can get rid of it before they get to the end. So still 4 more laps to go here at the Red Bull Ring. W True has set the fastest lap of the race as he tries to make the comeback through the field after a disastrous qualifying session. MonkeyMatt, meanwhile, he was in the lead for so long, but he's just starting to drop off a little bit now. Is that the one-times tyre wear, or are the other drivers just maybe finding their groove in this race, finding their feet, and really managed to put the speed down? You can see those front 2 really starting to pull away, as now it's Airborne who's the next one to try and line him up. Oh, there's a little bit of lag. Unfortunate to see that, but they've all managed to make it through the corner. So here we are then, starting. Maybe I have a chance to catch my breath. We've got Shark out in front, ahead of Puraxle, ahead of MonkeyMatt, then Airborne, and W True in 5th, and Mooncorp teammate, oh, W True was thinking about the inside. He actually scared Airborne there. He tucked it back in tight, and now he's going to have a run on the exit. Is this an opportunity here for W True? He's set it up early. Airborne, is he going to cover off the inside? No, he's not. W True round the outside, but that lines him up for the inside for the left-hander. goes down, makes the move. W True is up to 4th, but the crossback from Airborne, the crossback, he's got the inside. Oh, he pulls out of it, he wasn't quite far enough up there. W True seals the deal, moves up to 5th position. I was going to talk about it there, the Hooncorp teammate, the second Nissan in exile, up to 6th, and he's tacking onto the back of this front group as well. This battle is still all go, and between so many cars, we love to see it. And the battle at the front is still all go, as Pure Axel is all over Shark here. AMG Shark is going to have to defend for his life. He's holding the inside line at the moment. Pulls back onto the racing line. He doesn't think there's going to be a threat on this occasion, but he's definitely having to defend. I think he's actually picked up a little bit more penalty there as well, as it goes up to 1.3 seconds. Pure Axel's trying to find the inside. Is this going to be the opportunity? We talk about it. Down into the hairpin. Doesn't quite seem to have the car speed in that McLaren. He has to use the slipstream. The battle behind them is all on as well between the next 3 drivers. W True, of course, it's got himself up to 4th, zigzagging in the braking zone as Pure Axel tries to find a way through, but Shark has him covered on that occasion. Nisman still holding on to that 3rd position behind them. How is this going to resolve himself? There's a little bit more open air now, as that braking zone sort of confused them a little bit and spread them out. Now Pure Axel's going to have to try and catch it back up. He's going to have to try and line up his spot, pick the overtaking opportunity. You know how close these drivers are in terms of lap speed, so you just have to find the right spot. Maybe find the corner where you have the car advantage, or the section where you're just driving a little bit better than the car in front of you. Really have to have some patience. You can't just dive at every opportunity. Speaking of diving at every opportunity though, Pure Axel doesn't need a second invitation as Shark runs a little bit wide. Now they're going side by side. He hasn't quite sealed the deal though, because Shark's going to have the inside for the next coming right-hander. And Pure Axel actually just pulls back in behind, decides to have patience like I was talking about. Nismanath also having to defend in the background for that 3rd position. Takes very defensive inside line to try and hold on. Does hang on though. Still in 3rd is Shark there. Going defensive. Look how close these top 6 are. He's right up against the wall as he tries to take the inside away from Pure Axel. Oh, this is absolutely thrilling racing. Shark still managing to hang on. Nismanath still hanging on to 3rd. Oh, Airborne using all the road on the inside of that corner. Did he pick up a penalty? Yes, he did. So a short car penalty there for Airborne. I suspected that might be the case, as there might have been a mistake there from Pure Axel, because now 2nd and 3rd, 3rd and 4th are much closer here as they come side by side. W True trying to make the move down the inside into the hairpin. Can he get it done? Surely that's the inside line, and Airborne might even sneak through there as well. No, he hasn't quite done it. It was a good enough exit there from Nismanath. W True, though, up to 3rd. What a drive it has been from him here in this race. Only 1.5 laps left to go. Can he catch up to those front 2? He's already got the podium, but Nismanath dives. Nismanath to the inside. He wants that spot back. W True's going right around the outside. Is Nismanath going to be able to do it? Meanwhile, Pure Axel's going to go around the outside here at the front as well. They're 2 by 2 by 2 as we head into the left-hander. Is Pure Axel going to do it around the outside? Surely not. That is definitely the hard way. Oh, there might have been a little bit of contact. Pure Axel's run wide. He's over the curb. And look how many spots he loses. That's how close this race is. He's going to drop all the way back to 6th here. He's 5th at the moment. Look how close this battle is for the lead. Oh, I can't even handle it. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Shark in the lead. W True now. As they come around the final couple of corners, there's going to be one more lap to go, and any of these 6 drivers could win it. It's closer than the FIA races. This is absolute madness. Here's Shark, tries to defend. Look at this, they're going to go 3 wide down the straight. Remember, some of them have got penalties as well, so take that into contention. Bonus is in 7th. We haven't talked much about him. He's just quietly worked his way up there as well. They're going to go 2 wide into the first corner, almost 3 wide. A little bit of ghosting. Shark is still hanging on, but Nismanath is right there. Airborne's there in 3rd as well. W True, who's come through the pack. Pure Axel picks up a massive penalty. They've all got penalties. What is going on? I'm going to lose my voice any minute, because look at this. This is madness, and I love every moment. Pure Axel's thinking the inside. Big move down the inside. It's going to be 3 wide. A lot of ghosting. Is anyone going to capitalize on that? They managed to get through there fairly cleanly, though. It was a good driving there. It's been good defensive driving from Shark at the front. I'm sure he would have irritated some of the drivers behind him, because he has managed to hang on to this position quite well. Not let anyone get past us. W True now is the man with the penalty. He dives to the inside here of Nismanath. They go side by side. This is going to allow Shark to escape. Remember, this is the final lap, the final chance to get your position. Pure Axel now is down all the way in 7th after fighting for the lead of this race, and he's never won a a sprint race, and that looks like it's going to continue here. He's not going to win this one. This is the final round of the season, the final lap of the race. Nismanath lurking in third position. It's Shark, though, who's out in the lead. He's got W True to contend with, but W True's got a penalty. So does Shark just play the smart game here? Maybe he just lets him pass, because W True definitely wants that position. No, but Shark wants to win it on pace alone. He hangs on to the inside line, defends his line. W True now, has he got anything left? He's going to have to brake as they cross the start-finish straight. Nismanath might pick up the position. Airborne as well. Might even have himself a penalty. A podium. Yeah, he does. W True slows down. Like, some of these drivers cross the line, but it's Shark who picks up the win there in the Peugeot. What an absolutely cracking race. Nismanath in second. A great job. A great return from Nismanath, who's missed some of the earlier weeks. Second place in the sprint race. And honourable airborne in third. It's just his second sort of week here in the Monkey Motorsport Club GT Sport League. And he has got himself a podium. What a final lap. InXile's up there as well. 2 Hooncorp drivers in the top 5. Uraxel, I think, managed to get back into 6th after those penalties worked themselves out. But it's victory here for AMG Shark. He's done it in the sprint race here at Red Bull. And you got to give congratulations to the man. What an absolute ride that was. Absolutely cracking racing. Holy moly. AMG Shark has actually unfortunately left the lobby. Anyone who does want to join now into race number 2, come and jump on in. We do have a couple more spaces opened up. There was so much back and forth in that race. That's so much to talk about. We had the new man, AMG Shark, who's just jumped in for tonight and potentially just jumped in for the one race. Out in front, we had Pure Axel for the first half of the race, was chasing him down. He wanted to get there. It was so close, though, throughout. And then it all just kicked off. That second half of the race, we had W True. I think he started down in like 9th or 10th, or something like that. He came through the pack, got in that fight at the end. But it was actually Nismanath leading for so long. Nismanath did a great job holding on to finish second place in the end as well. And then Airborne, I talked about it in the race, got there in third after there was 7 drivers. Those last 2 laps, there was 7 drivers that could have won that race. It was back and forth, 7 drivers that could have got on the podium. And I absolutely loved it. We'll have to save the replay of that one for sure, because it was cracking. And we've still got one more race to go. That was just the sprint race. We've still got the feature race coming up after this, later tonight. I'm going to have to change the settings over though, so excuse me while I muck around with a few things. Of course, the feature race, we do have a reverse grid format, so maybe we're going to see some different drivers up the pointy end. Maybe this is prime territory now for Pure Axel. So Pure Axel did actually end up finishing that race in 5th. So W True dropped all the way back to 6th after having that penalty. Bonus did have a penalty as well. He had finished behind that front pack in 7th. But there was so much to try and unpack. It was crazy. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break while I try and sort everything out, ready for race number 2, and we'll be right back. We're heading now to St. Croix A, which is a circuit that's often forgotten by Polyphony, but it's set to be another cracker. It's going to be, as I say, the feature race a little bit longer even. Can they keep up that sort of crazy pace for twice as long? We're about to find out, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with that.